If your pea looks like this, then you've got problems. So a customer brought her pea plant in here and asked what was wrong with it, so it's time to do a little bit of plant diagnostics. So let's see what I'm looking at here. It looks like we've got some distorted and curling leaves, and then we have some stems that are distorting and curling as well. These terminal buds, we see a lot of elongation along here, along these veins, and cupping of the leaves, and they're miscolored. They're not a solid green, so we've got kind of a two-tone green going on there. To me, this is a classic case of herbicide damage or weed killer damage. But how does a vegetable plant that's in a vegetable garden in a backyard end up getting weed killer damage? Well, there's a couple of ways that it can happen. The first way is what's known as drift. So if someone is spraying weed killer anywhere in the vicinity and it might be a windy day, it can actually be volatile and drift onto the leaves of your plants on the wind. This could be from your spouse spraying weeds, it could be from a neighbor, or it could be from a farm or field that's being treated that's a little bit farther away. But oftentimes in the home garden, there's another way that your plants can get exposed to herbicide, and that's through residuals. Now with drift, we're usually concerned about things like dicamba or 2,4-D, but with residuals, there's another class of pesticides called aminopyralids. Aminopyralids are often sprayed onto things like hay in order to kill weeds out of the hay, but those will persist onto the hay and oftentimes even through the gut of livestock and end up in the manure, which could be used in your garden or in the soil that you buy. It can also end up in compost, and a lot of times unwitting gardeners end up buying products that have aminopyralids in them and end up poisoning their gardens. That's why it's very important that you check with your local garden center and make sure they have vetted the products that they are selling to you. Or if it's a new product that you haven't used before, use a small amount first and grow a small amount of vegetables in it before you put it all over your entire garden.